Hi everybody, my name is Gene. I'm a graphic designer, I'm an illustrator. I've been working in the industry for about 15 years, and today we're going to look at something that I've never done, which is making art out of vintage dictionary pages. Let's go take a look. Hey everybody, so I'm not sure where vintage dictionary page art really actually came from, but it's a popular trend these days to paint a picture or draw a picture on a vintage dictionary page. So what we have here is a vintage newspaper page that looks just like a dictionary page in terms of 3-column format, and I'm going to draw a picture on top of it. So I've got green here, and let's say choose your dictionary page or newspaper page, maybe according to what the image is going to be about. So in this case, we have a deal, and that's at the top of the page here, but maybe this, instead of deal, said trees. So if it did, I would come in here and I would draw maybe like a tree. We've got like just some quick little bushes here. I'm going to do a little just a little scrubby little leafy kind of scribble tree. There it is. See all that nice green scribble business? And I'm going to leave a couple of open areas. Just doing this in a regular old magic marker. Just basically, I'm doing a bunch of squiggly little figure eights and circles and kind of, a couple of other little like wild kind of shapes. And I'm going to grab another green so that it just gives it a little bit of depth, a little bit of interestingness, a little bit of change up in the color. This one you can't see as well, but it's all right because you can still kind of make out what's going on there. I'm only going to do it on this side maybe. Maybe on the other side I'll do some. Maybe we'll just throw some orange in there. Maybe it's starting to be fall. So we've got a little bit of orange in there because fall's coming. So a couple of the leaves have started to turn. And then we're just going to drop down. Here's our trunk of the tree. There was a pond that I used to go to, my sisters and I, when I was a kid, and we used to climb the trees. We always used to see how high we could climb. And the cool thing was that up higher, there were a few branches typically that had like a cluster of 3 or 4 apples all in the same spot. So not only would you win the competition between your sisters, but you'd also be rewarded with a bunch of apples. Now, don't worry about connecting all the branches, because basically some of the leaves would cover up those branches is what I'm thinking. Maybe this is one of those trees, maybe it's in an apple orchard, like when you're a kid, you climb up a bunch of trees inside the apple orchard, and there's some apples there, and you just go eat some apples. So maybe there's some apples here. That's a little red apple. This is the delicious red tree. Bam, we got some apples. Or maybe it's a cherry tree and they're tinier, but for now, we'll just keep them as apples. It's nice, fantastic. Actually, apple trees are a little crazier at the base. They're a lot shorter, closer to the ground, and a lot wider. So we'll go out this way with this one. Why? Because it's our tree. We can have it however we want. Bam. And I'm just leaving a little bit of white space here in between because this is basically just simulating the highlights that would be there in the bark of the tree. We'll come out here with it. I remember when I was a kid, there was an orchard right next to a pond where I grew up. I'm just going to come down here with some of the roots. And again, I'm just leaving some nice little open areas there. And we'll grab our little leafy squiggly business again. And we're just doing some circles, doing some squiggles, some figure eights. Heck, we can do the number 7. There's the number 7. Nobody's ever going to know. Just for a little variation. Put a couple leaves down here. Bam! Got our little apple tree growing some apples. And again, we're going to grab the light green color. Put a little light green over here. Maybe the sun's coming from this direction. So there's a couple lighter leaves over here. And just squiggle your way through. Anyway, there you go. I'll leave it at that. We'll throw some apples on here, and we'll call this a finished dictionary page vintage drawing. There's an apple, and there's a cluster of apples right here. Like this, if you're brave enough to climb out on this branch, you can get a bunch of really good, juicy apples all at the same time. All right, so there you go. You can use vintage dictionary pages, you can use newspapers, pretty much anything you have on hand that has a bunch of writing on it. I think that's the only key. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.